Whether you're looking for a place to stay for a concert at PBA, a Nebraska home game, or just a night on the town, the Courtyard Lincoln Downtown Haymarket is the place for you. Enjoy an evening at one of many restaurants or bars within a short walking distance. Business travelers at the hotel will enjoy free high-speed internet access, a 24-hour business center, and large in-room workstations. And check out the bistro, where you'll enjoy healthier food and beverage options, as well as high-tech conveniences. Book your room today at the Courtyard Lincoln Downtown Haymarket.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just the professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at pahlincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, our passion. For happier, healthier furry friends.
Gary Michaels Clothiers celebrates 40 years of serving Nebraskans in the men's clothing industry. 40 years of some of the most memorable moments. In our way of thanking you for 40 years, we are offering a 40% discount on any single one item in the store. 40% off any suit, sport coat, slack, sport shirt, sweater, outerwear, or shoes. To receive your 40% off on one item, be there by November 11th. Gary Michaels, 40% off for 40 years, located at 56th and Pine Lake Road, Lincoln.
The holidays are drawing closer, and there's not many things better than getting the gift of relaxation. Not just for yourself, but for anyone in your life. During November, for every service you get at the Body Shop, you get entered into their drawing for a free massage gift certificate equal to your last service. This goes all the way to the week before Christmas, so book your appointments now at thebodyshoplincoln.com and treat yourself and loved ones today. The Body Shop at 48th and A.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
WWE Friday Night SmackDown returns to Lincoln, January 12th, 6:45 p.m. Pinnacle Bank Arena.
Let's throw down right now.
See Rey Mysterio, LA Knight, Bobby Lashley, The Street Profits, Charlotte Flair, Io Sky, Carlito, and more. It's WWE's Friday Night SmackDown in Lincoln, January 12th. Tickets start at $25 and on sale now. Ticketmaster.
College football in Lincoln, America. The time has come. Start your game day off right with the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show. Join the ticket crew as they bring you all the coverage you need to get you ready for the action. It's the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show, powered by Sunbelt Rentals. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group of BHHS Ambassador, Select Plumbing, Jimmy John's, Lincoln Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits, Fleet Feet, Yours Cheese Spread on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is Old School, sponsored by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. Broadcasting veteran Derek Pearson.
When you find something that moves them, that makes them smile, celebrate it. That's your task. That's your superpower.
Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Rifles a pass. It was tipped. It's picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5. He'll score!
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
What up? It is Football Friday. This is Old School. Jay Foreman, DP, Austin on the ones and twos. Nice fall day, about 60 degrees, 55 degrees probably, to be honest with you. Don't know what the real feel is, but that we are coming live and direct, 1040 O Street, 11th and O Street if you want to be lazy. Old School is brought to you by the Mercado, Certified Piedmontese, Special Ingredients and Butcher Shop, 84th and Havelock and 30th and Yankee Hill. Every type of meat and every type of cut. Hope you guys went out there and got the lunch special. But it is a fun-packed weekend. You got a lot going on. Obviously, Nebraska's up in Michigan State right now. I think when I kind of looked, I think they have arrived. So with an early game, I'm sure they left a little bit early today. That's the first and foremost. Obviously, Nebraska has a great chance to become bowl eligible. First time since 2016. Nice Mike Riley. Had him bowl eligible. So a lot's on the line, but it's just another, blank slate movie, the way I like to look at it. And yes, there will be things that roll over, but I think in this day and age with this team in the program, it's 12 1-week seasons. And that's the way you can try to get them singular focused and try to give them best effort. So the hay is definitely in the barn. Kind of coincides with Austin. Was it Harvest?
Harvest season.
Yeah, I saw. Only reason I know that Brock Purdy went back and did you see that?
He drives his tractor on his bye week.
Listen, I don't know many farmers. Okay, I've met a few that are Husker fans. Now I do know that they do have a good time up in there because it's all kind of remote control and they can have TVs in there. I doubt they're going to be posting stuff on Instagram. So, but anyways, good for Brock Purdy to get away. But look, man, Nebraska's right. Everything they or one of the goals that they want is right in front of them. They can make a lot of noise. Can't think about 3 games in a row or three games from now. You got to think of the one from right in front of you, which is the most important. The dynamics of the game are a little different because you see some holes in that team, but then also you always feel like you don't want to be the team where they play way outside of their normal pattern of behavior. So you want to make sure that you actually approach this game with, this is just my opinion, with a different type of mentality that you want to. Actually, DP, I talked to Austin about this yesterday. I love Game of Thrones, and for everybody out there that says it's played out, I'm just letting you know, 2024, February, March is going to start up again. So you're going to be hearing a lot more about it, right? But Ned Stark is one of my favorite characters, and he told his son, if you want to be king, sometimes you have to do things you don't want to do. And the honorable thing, sometimes you got to chop somebody's head off. That's an analogy people don't want to think about. But look, here's what I mean. What's up, my man? I wonder what kind
That's
of
what Strick was pointing to.
I wonder what kind of drink that was. That looked like a extra red strawberry Kool-Aid drink.
He ready for tomorrow.
But DP, everybody can feel empathy for those players, right? Because they had they weren't directly involved in the situation. You can feel empathetic for the assistant coaches because they weren't directly involved. You could feel empathetic for who originally started the lawsuit. You could feel empathy for Mel Tucker. With all that being said, that's fine, right? Because you're a human. You can feel empathy for it. And they've had for the seniors, you went through the offseason and you didn't get a chance to really finish or have your best senior year. But that's fine because you're a human being. But the honorable thing, when you want to get to the mountaintop and you're a young and upcoming king or you're a prince, you're going to have to go up there with the mindset you're going to chop the head off with no remorse because it's just what you got to do. And that mindset is different. When you get off the plane, you're thinking we're going to beat you down by our execution and effort. But then when we have you down, we are really going to stick it to you because you want to break them at their stadium. You know what I'm saying?
I'm going to go Coach Foreman and say, look, I'm apologizing to my opponent because I have a commitment with myself. This ain't about you, Michigan State.
Yeah, you just
you just here.
Oh, there you go.
Hey, okay.
There you.
Yeah, that's funny. No, it's not about. This is not about you, not about your crowd, not about. I'm sorry, your girlfriend coming to the game. Sorry for mom showing up.
It is their senior day. Sorry, it's your senior day.
Those are my favorite road wins.
Yes.
Wait a minute. You invited me on your senior day.
Oh, so now I don't feel bad for you.
Yeah, no.
Now my empathy meter went from like 50% to 5.
Yeah, I mean, it's disrespectful for you put me on senior day, homecoming. Matter of fact, don't put me on opening night. Because I'm gonna take it. We say I'm gonna make it personal. But the reality is, it's not about you. I have a job to do. I have a task and a mission. Look, man, I did a whole bunch of curls, a whole lot of sprints.
Yeah.
Right?
I got up in the morning. I was pushing sleds in the snow.
I've
heard a lot of stuff that you guys are just. the one thing I would tell them after I beat them is that you guys are just embarking on this storm of crappiness around your program, right? You're just in the beginning of it. Don't worry, the light will come.
Well, come on over here.
But we're gonna, but we're gonna keep your lights off and turn up the music real loud and put you in a torture chamber. So the next time that you think about coming out of it, I want you to remember this butt kicking I'm gonna give you.
Well, I'm gonna hit you with a sleeper hold because nobody wants to be conscious through this butt whooping.
But would you put him in the sleeper hold, wake him up a little bit, then put him back to sleep?
Night.
See, I want to torture you, though.
Well, as there's speaker said, well, think about when you close your eyes. You can close your eyes for a second, or you can close it for an hour.
Right.
You never know until you open them up again.
Yeah.
And so then it's the rapidity that I want to get from it. Close your eyes, go to sleep. Now open it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sitting up here. I'm trying to punish you. I think like defensively, the goal should be to punish that quarterback. Offensively, we've got to do the continue along the path of getting on people, moving people, and getting to the second level with either conventional run game and all this other stuff.
No, you look at them. It's just like the program. Oh
yeah, you
didn't think I was gonna find you. You're the one that got my sister pregnant.
Yeah, you got. I mean, I think if this is. I mean, you should. There shouldn't ever be a lack of motivation,
right?
And I think they'll do a good job and go up there and play well. I think it'll be a tough game, but like it always is. You look, they're still Division I Power 5 kids. They definitely got pride, but definitely in that locker room, they're definitely not just looking for the finish line. They're actively kind of sliding to that finish line, and they're making a lot of self business decisions as far as, they're thinking twice about really diving, running head first into that pile.
Well, I mean, there's been discussion that they've kind of tapped out, right? Because I mean, you're just worn out. The thing about especially football is that you're used to battling other people.
Yeah.
When the battle is at home, it's not like it takes a different amount of energy out of you.
Yeah.
Like you expect to fight the world. It's Michigan State versus the world. It can't be Michigan State versus Michigan State versus Michigan State. Like Michigan State's battle, it's one thing for them to be Sparty, but it's a whole other thing for them to have to fight stories about them that they didn't control, that go against the nature of what they believed in. And oh, by the way, here comes Nebraska playing for something.
Yeah, and Minnesota was playing for something. I think it's one of those things that football and sports in general, when you deal with stressful things, the locker room, the team generally is your sanctuary, right? It kind of it kind of secludes you from all that. Well, when the stress or the environment that's stressful has to do with your head coach, who was your leader and definitely was a steadfast leader, and these players are smart enough to kind of read between the two leaves. They understand the dynamics of the situation. So now you're fighting internal battles as you're going into your sanctuary, and it's taking away from your focus on the field because you have so much anxiety and anger towards people that probably, 99% of the players don't even know who they are. And some of those guys that have got this ball rolling come into that locker room before games or at one, or go to practice or do that stuff. So those are the type of things that you don't necessarily hear about, but that's the type of things that those players are dealing with. And then also when you're in this type of situation with a interim coach, you start with Noah Kim, and then all of a sudden, like, you pull him, like that's the main reason. Well, you're not blocking, you're not running, you're not catching, you're not stopping anybody on defense. Well, Noah Kim partly got that job at the beginning of the season. Wasn't just because of arm strength and all that, was because of him taking hold of a stressful situation when Thorne left. He could have left. He doubled down and dove into it. Guys in the locker room see that. That's also thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And he didn't even, and think about that
he didn't blink either.
He could have gone away, and then he didn't demand the job. He just wanted to be in the room to compete for it. And then whatever happened. If I win it out, like I win it out. To believe that, I mean, the players knew, the folks on the roster knew, and Nebraska fans are vaguely familiar with that feeling that your leader could leave you I mean, listen,
yeah, I mean,
that darkness that happened when Adrian Martinez made a decision. Look, there were several careers that were impacted by Adrian Martinez. And then the fact that in spite of that, he could leave shakes up not only the coaching staff, but the roster.
And it shakes up potential recruits.
Yep.
The difference, the real minute difference between like Noah Kim and that is probably more like tangible analogy is everybody's watching now.
Yeah.
So they're seeing, oh, this is a new coach. How is he handling the situation? We believe in him, right? The players know. Well, then now he has a short hook. Well, I'm losing confidence. I could be a defensive back. I'm losing confidence in what you're saying based on how you know, because they know how he works. Then if you want to look at like Nebraska or something like that, you know, this is even before Frost and them, but there was times that where like when Bo was here, they'd have these so-called competitions, right? And everybody knew Taylor would start. And then like when Zach Lee lost the job to Taylor, well, Zach Lee outperformed him in camp and a lot of times in games. Well, players see it. They'll tell you, or that stuff like that. So that they're dealing with a lot. And, you know, the coaches are dealing with a lot. They got families and stuff. They didn't start the season thinking, all right, man, we got to fire a realtor and all that. All that pours into the locker room. Now, granted, they're the adults. They're the guys that are coaching. They got to handle their own business because most of the time they'll be okay, right? But ultimately, those type of conversations weren't meant to be had in week 3 because you're just getting started. You're 2-0. You know what I'm saying? So that boils down to the locker room and how they handle it. Now, look, all that stuff is their problems. You know, the old saying is, "My name is Wes. I ain't in that mess," right? So Nebraska's got to go up there and do what we do. And I think when you think of the difference of leadership and stuff like that, that's where when people watch it. So when you look at defense, of Tony White, even look at like on offense or an overall Matt Rule, when he comes in and says nobody's job is safe, you got to earn it every day, and doesn't matter if you played a lot or a little or medium amount before, and they're getting more out of their roster, right? That's the difference because it's tangible actions with words that equals results.
Yeah.
Right. So how do you and they'll find different roles for you. So it's a very unique process.
I'm going to give that text to you. I'm going to let you go ahead and handle that one. I'm going to let you go ahead.
What does it say?
Can you read that one?
I can read it for you, Jay.
Read
I got
it for him, Austin.
Zach Lee was bad, dude. Not a chance he outperformed Taylor, especially in the run-first offense that was the 2010-11 offense under Tim Beck.
There wasn't a run-first offense before they put Taylor in. I was sitting there. I watched it. Zach Lee was never a running quarterback. So when it came down to an RPO option, and they needed a spark, and Taylor did it. All I'm saying is to win, first of all, whoever this is, he never played before. Okay? So he just came out and said, all right, you had a couple runs and you played. So, don't get it twisted. Not saying that Taylor wasn't it, but I'm talking about when you go, I've seen how the competitions work. Or they want guys, they'd like guys to win. Then if you just kind of force it, it does happen. It has nothing to do with whether, it worked out. And Taylor was obviously better than Zach. But I'm saying right then, I could give you a personal example of when David Carr, when we went at Houston, he was the number 1 pick. Was he better than Kent Graham at quarterback? Was he better than Tony Banks at quarterback? No, he certainly wasn't. He was the number 1 pick. Period. David will tell you and has said on national TV on NFL Network that was the thing that probably put forth that hurt his career more than helped him because he didn't know how to be a pro yet. You know what I'm saying? And so there's a process of playing this game. I think some people get so fixated on a long run, long play, and they don't understand the nuances. If I have 4 touchdowns, or if you have a sack, you got 90 other plays you got to play. When you play defense or whatever, like Aaron Donald, people don't understand how many plays Aaron Donald makes without even getting in the stat sheet.
Yeah.
You know what he does? He takes on a double team. He knocks off a pulling guard. He does all that type of stuff. And then when it comes time for him to get home, obviously that's how he ends up being a Hall of Famer. That's how it works. And Nebraska's learning it. Michigan State doesn't get that chance this year because they're thinking in reset mode already. So Nebraska's mindset needs to be we're going to go handle our business and we're going to help you push that 21-point reset rule from PlayStation days for people out there, and you got to restart next year.
That's the hope.
So it's a mindset game, and we'll see what happens tomorrow at 11 o'clock. So we're going to take a quick break, come back. Old School, DP, Jay Foreman, Austin. We'll be right back.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Are you looking for a night of epic fun without breaking the bank? Look no further than Sun Valley Lanes and Games. Join us for a late night special every Sunday through Thursday night and enjoy nonstop action with our Unlimited Fun promotion. Unlimited Fun includes everything you need for an unforgettable night out. Unlimited bowling, unlimited laser tag, and unlimited lucky putt mini golf. Show a valid college or military ID at check-in and get $2 off your admission. Visit the daily rates page at sunvalleylanes.com for complete details.
Sun Valley.
And there's not many things better than getting the gift of relaxation. Not just for yourself, but for anyone in your life. During November, for every service you get at the Body Shop, you get entered into their drawing for a free massage gift certificate equal to your last service. This goes all the way to the week before Christmas, so book your appointments now at thebodyshoplincoln.com and treat yourself and loved ones today. The Body Shop at 48th and A.
Are you working in or looking to get into the electrical construction industry? The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Is your backyard ready for fun with friends and family this fall? GE Landscape Supply has pavers and boulders, which are a great accent for any landscaping project. And you can find them at 6701 Cornhusker Highway. GE Landscape Supply sells to homeowners and contractors with a vast selection of landscaping and construction materials. And don't forget, they deliver anywhere, nearby or far away. Stop by at 6701 Cornhusker Highway from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday to Friday. Go to gelandscapesupply.com for more info or call 402-467-1627.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstoRats.com for amazing offers, and if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Don't allow uninvited guests to take over your home. Trust Bats to Rats for a peaceful and rodent-free living space.
Whether you're looking for a place to stay for a concert at PBA, a Nebraska home game, or just a night on the town, the Courtyard Lincoln Downtown Haymarket is the place for you. Enjoy an evening at one of many restaurants or bars within a short walking distance. Business travelers at the hotel will enjoy free high-speed internet access, a 24-hour business center, and large in-room workstations. And check out the bistro, where you'll enjoy healthier food and beverage options, as well as high-tech conveniences. Book your room today at the Courtyard Lincoln Downtown Haymarket.
College football in Lincoln, America. The time has come. Start your game day off right with the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show. Join the ticket crew as they bring you all the coverage you need to get you ready for the action. It's the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show, powered by Sunbelt Rentals. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group of BHHS Ambassador, Select Plumbing, Jimmy John's, Lincoln Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits, Fleet Feet, Bure's Cheese Spread on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Ready to make this season unforgettable? Celebrate with Liberty First Credit Union's low-rate debt consolidation loan. Combine all those bills into one affordable monthly payment with quick access to funds. Imagine all the extra cash for holiday shopping sprees, festive parties, or that well-deserved vacation. Stop by any of their branches or visit libertyfirstcu.com to find out more about their low-rate debt consolidation loan. Make this holiday season one to remember and celebrate with Liberty First Credit Union, banking with purpose.
This is where it happens. Long hikes with friends, kayaking adventures with family, More horseback riding, zipline gliding, rock face climbing, hammock camping fun than you could ever imagine. And it's all outdoors, amongst the trees and across the prairie, here beneath Nebraska skies. Plan an outing today at yournebraskaadventure.com. Sponsored by Nebraska Game and Parks, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Are you working in or looking to get into the electrical construction industry? The electrical workers of local union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Jay Foreman, DP, Austin on the ones and twos. Friday. Pretty busy day, man. I got about to leave out of here and head up to Omaha. They got the last Lincoln team alive in the state playoff quarterfinals. Lincoln East is playing Elkhorn South. I think they're the Storm or something like that. It's a styles make fight type of game, and so it should be pretty good. It's late, man. They're gonna keep brother up past his bedtime, but
with an 11 o'clock kick on Saturday morning, even.
I know it's just, but it's all good. It's all good. But anyways, college football is moving. We'll give our Nebraska picks at the end of the 4 o'clock hour or at next segment. Excuse me. But obviously, DP, this is what the best thing about. I don't know if you guys saw Jim Harbaugh's press conference yesterday.
Boy,
they asked him about it, and he started talking about we got a lot of rest during the bye week, and then he's like, we're upward, bruh. You in bizarre world. Listen, if anybody tries to tell you that this is not a big deal, this is the equivalent of like espionage. And espionage was back like. I remember because like in like the early 80s and listening to my like grandparents and people that worked down in the government talking about it, like they were all so worried that the Russian spies were planted over here in espionage and they turned some, American spies. Like you had a dude in disguise, right? With a recording device on your glasses, essentially, DP.
Yep.
At another university to get steal the signals against, obviously Michigan State. Now, Nebraska fans, I said it yesterday when I talked to Austin, and I said it, listen, when you go back to that Nebraska game against Michigan, it was one of the best game plans Scott Frost and those guys had offensively, defensively, and special teams. They outperformed them, even though Michigan had first-round picks everywhere. Nebraska outperformed them. Mm-hmm. But when you started to see them in the second half start to overplay plays that Nebraska hadn't even called before, there's a video showing the screenplay that was a crucial part in man. So for people out there, I guess a little bit of football 101, screens work really well when the defense is playing man-to-man, because essentially if the lineman can sell it right, quarterback times it up right, the linemen get to block the guy that's, essentially covering the running back, or if it's a tight end screen, so forth and so on. You can be explosive. Michigan was running primarily man-to-man, right? Except Aiden Hutchinson, who was obviously the number 2 pick in the draft, a pass rusher. He didn't pass rush. It wasn't it was a man-to-man defense, so it wasn't a zone blitz, right? So he drops back to where the first screen goes because it was a double screen, and then the other one runs inside the line and chases the running back. Listen. Nobody reads it that quick.
It didn't make sense then. It did when you look at film and you just said. As a matter of fact, Jay and I talked about it after that game because I said that's an odd thing to do, right? I'm wrong.
Two of your guys, what? Aiden Hutchinson had 16 sacks. The other dude had 12. Neither one of them pass rush on a pass rush down. And so, then furthermore, Jim Harbaugh said he didn't know. Oh boy, remember?
Yeah,
Well, hold on, DP. At the Nebraska game, guess who decided to hug each other?
Yeah.
Aiden Hutchinson, Video Man, and Jim Harbaugh. That's where it started, because you want to know why you want to know why?
Because they put this thing in especially for that down and distance, that situation.
Well,
and it worked.
Well,
That saved the game.
But you got to think, that was the first, like, well, I want to say big road game, but it's a big environment. They were getting outplayed, and that played a big part in the game.
Oh, and if they lose that game, everything's changed.
He's not there.
Right.
So, but what I'm saying is that it was like, it was the first, say like it's your first time as an offensive coordinator and your game plan, like it just, the breakthrough. Or, as a basketball player, you have a breakthrough game. The guy he probably was trying to sell his program, sell the whole sign stealing. And then it was like, okay, you know what? You knew that play was coming. We stopped all those plays, and it helped us win the game.
And it happened on a couple of defensive plays. Matter of fact, it happened this year.
Yeah. They didn't.
It happened this year.
They didn't stop. They didn't stop doing anything.
Yeah, like I mean, it to me,
it's not like
brazen. It's just brazen. And they asked Hutchinson what he thought of it all, and he said, "Well, basically, when we're winning a national championship, nobody's going to care." Well, that's that. Tell me without telling me.
Well, yeah,
you didn't answer the question. You weren't accountable. You knew what happened. I mean, look. If I'm the Big Ten, and again, most of the coaches, the conversations that are being held in private, look, do something.
Well, Walters, who's Purdue, we just seen him. He's not afraid to voice his opinion. He said, "Look, we know that they've been watching our plays. We've had to really change our whole offense, or the signals."
6 games Stallions bought tickets to against Purdue. 6.
He knew everything. He knew everything, including, okay, well, if we're going to get into a championship game, and here's what I would guarantee you as well. And here's what I know about coaches who have intel, and they're intel coaches around, and most of those are by the rules, right? They find the foundation, they stay within the foundation, but they will share information with their buddies. And as you said, sometimes it's to expand the business, to say, hey, this is what I can do. Some folks are paying for it. You might as well pay for it too.
Right.
And then to find out who those people are, well, here they come. Here they come. Now that they're going to start to speak up, because some of that was cross-referencing teams. And it wasn't, hey, wait a minute, who does Ohio State play? Can we help them out?
Yeah. Well, I think, I think this guy here, the one thing about this situation, this is why I feel very comfortable in saying that it's not like rampant throughout the whole Power 5 or whatever you want to call it. When you have the 13 other coaches unanimously say they want something done, coaches stick together. It's like they're like the mafia, right? They understand, and the reason why they understand the restraints and things that that never get in the paper, that's kind of curtailing their success. The long hours, the recruiting, not knowing the NIL. But when you have the coaches lock and step, that he broke an unwritten rule and a regular rule, or like a rule that's written, it lets you know the magnitude of it.
Well, when you meet with those 14 coaches meet, when the 14 athletic directors meet, there is that brotherhood thing, that family thing that has to happen, where you can look people across and here's what we're not going to do. Like, can we all agree? And that's how the family works. Can we all agree that these are things that we're not going to do?
Right.
For the greater good of it. Because listen, if you do this, then none of us have value.
Right.
If you do this, and then you choose to do it anyway. Okay. Well, now we got to deal with you.
And you've been affecting people's jobs. You've been doing everything.
Yeah. People got fired for how Michigan games went.
I don't think necessarily Scott Frost would still be here, but that would have been his signature victory, or it hurt him with the chance to get this signature victory. And you know what? You never know where Nebraska could have went after that, right? So instead of referencing all the things or close games you didn't win and didn't have a signature victory, you reference that. And then you think of Ryan Day at Ohio State, only lost 6 games since he's been there. 2 have been to Michigan. 1 is an upset, I think, Purdue, and the other ones have been in the college football playoff. Okay?
Yeah, you gave that intel for an opening game where they had 6 months to plan for it and put it in.
But for him, he's on the hot seat now. They're not like, but there's talk of it. Well, it all coincides with in the next 2 years. How can you even really have the hype around the Michigan game, knowing they've cheated the first, brazenly cheated the first two years prior?
You changed the Big Ten. You changed conference. Look, there are folks who made business decisions
to come in here
with the thing that you had a fair shot.
And Harbaugh would be in good standing.
Right.
And Michigan is a blue blood. And Michigan is one of the top echelon teams, because this is also the way they think, though. So if you're Washington, Oregon, UCLA, or USC, if they need to gain momentum nationally, when you play Michigan, it's like a game and a half. It gives you the victory.
Especially if you're Ryan Day.
And well, just any of them.
But Ryan Day can't wait to get in the closet with Jim Harbaugh.
But that's not the point. The schools that are coming in and you're playing Michigan, you beat one of the blue bloods of the Big Ten, and you get the victory. It's the cachet. It helps you in recruiting.
Yeah.
It helps you in the national landscape. Well, now if you beat them, who knows if they say like Michigan goes on a downturn like Clemson. Well, then now you lost it because of what he did. Now, really, you made business decisions to come into the Big Ten based on Michigan being in good standing, based on the Big Ten being right behind the SEC as far as cachet respectability.
Yep.
So think about all the teams in the Big Ten right now. What are the three biggest stories? Michigan, Michigan State, Northwestern.
Dang, Big Ten, what y'all doing? Y'all okay?
So even if
you good, Big Ten,
even if you don't think, say like if you're Desmond Howard and says, "Oh, let's wait and see, let's not jump to judgment," that might not have been him in the stands. It might not have been his friend that they had the picture on Twitter of the guy that is the guy's friend that was there, the only guy videotaped. It might not have been him,
Desmond, bruh.
But hold on, it might hold on, it might not have been him. But sometimes you have to make those decisions, not only for the conference, but for the national landscape of it too.
Ooh.
But ultimately, nothing's going to really happen because the Big Ten doesn't want to stop possibly getting two teams in there, right? Because if Ohio State and Michigan becomes a really, really good game, they'll get in there as like a secondary team. Hold on. But then the NCAA, listen, we'll be all on well into AARP before something happens on this. Harbaugh done had 2 or 3 NFL jobs by now. He mess around and be coaching like Notre Dame or something. By the time something happens with there, there'll be kids that are in high school right now or middle school paying for the things that happened this year or the last 2 years. So it's a call to arms, and people are definitely on point about it. When you have the coaches
everybody deserves to catch heat. If you're doing it, look, you can't speak of institutions of higher learning with greater character and integrity, and none of it means anything.
Well,
it doesn't mean anything now. Like, there's no everybody's going to drop their honor code because every university have them, every athletic department has them, every coach has his rules of absolutes, things that you cannot do, no matter what. Do as I say, not as I do.
Well, I guess if I'm coming in as a new commissioner, and I'm thinking like, okay, what did Northwestern president then? What did he do wrong? He was short-sighted and did 2 weeks. He should have dropped the hammer for a year, and then you can peel it back.
Yep.
That's probably the approach you need to take with Michigan. So,
well, they just did that for something else.
That was self-imposed.
I'd be self-imposing like a mug right now.
No, because they're desperate for a national championship. That's why you need to make it for yourself. So, anyways, good segment. Jay Foreman, DP, Austin. We're going to take a break, come back, and we're going to do our picks for the Husker game up there at Michigan State. Old School, we'll be right back.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Load up on meat and more this fall at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese at 84th and Havelock. This week's special through November 7th is chuck roast for just $5.99 per pound. And don't forget to check out their Friday feast this week and every week. Plus, don't forget their 2 new locations now open at 30th and Yankee Hill in Lincoln and 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town. Constructors, Inc., a Nebco company, is now hiring mechanics to maintain fleet equipment and vehicle operations. Constructors offers mechanics a competitive salary, 4-day work weeks with overtime options, a $5,000 hiring bonus, a tool allowance, and great benefits. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. Apply today for their open mechanic positions. Visit constructorslincoln.com.
At Fairway Meat Market, you're family. And as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. This week, enjoy a 2-day sale on November 3rd and 4th. Get USDA Choice Whole New York Strip Loin for $6.99 per pound. Bone-in turkey breast for $1.99 per pound, and plenty more options. That's all at Fairway Meat Market for the 2-day sale on November 3rd and 4th in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1, what's your why? More epic energy? Better sleep? Blow off steam? Step 2, join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving. Go cardio crazy in our clean and spacious clubs, or get down with some dumbbells and strength equipment. Step 3, bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month. It's glow time. See Club for details.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
If you're like most guys with symptoms, you don't want to ask for help. Perhaps a free consult with the men's health experts will encourage you. What could it hurt? Limitless knows exactly how to treat your symptoms. They will verify with a blood test, and in a very short time, you'll feel like a new man. So don't drag your feet. You're not going to feel better unless you get help. The providers at Limitless know what they're doing. To receive your custom treatment plan, schedule online at limitlessmail.com and get your life back.
Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay, playing 93.7 The Ticket.
Alexa, turn down the lights.
Dimming the lights.
Alexa, order a pizza. The big one. All the toppings.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Alexa.
That's a lot of pizza for just one man.
Alexa, just do it. Stop judging me, just do it.
As you wish.
Thanks, Alexa. You're my best friend.
Attention all Wings fans! 89-cent wings are back on Tuesdays at Buffalo Wings and Rings in Lincoln. Enjoy the best wings in town for boneless or traditional at a price that makes the whole family happy. And now at the Williamsburg Village Wings and Rings, you can enjoy $1.50 tall boys in Bud Light, Coors Light, Busch Light, and Michelob Ultra every day after 7 p.m. and all day on Sundays. Get to Wings and Rings today and make sure to stop by on Tuesdays for 89-cent wings. The holidays are drawing closer, and there's not many things better than getting the gift of relaxation. Not just for yourself, but for anyone in your life. During November, for every service you get at the Body Shop, you get entered into their drawing for a free massage gift certificate equal to your last service. This goes all the way to the week before Christmas, so book your appointments now at thebodyshoplincoln.com and treat yourself and loved ones today. The Body Shop at 48th and A. At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just a professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at pahlincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, our passion. For happier, healthier furry friends.
Gary Michaels Clothiers celebrates 40 years of serving Nebraskans in the men's clothing industry. 40 years of some of the most memorable moments. In our way of thanking you for 40 years, we are offering a 40% discount on any single one item in the store. 40% off any suit, sport coat, slack, sport shirt, sweater, outerwear, or shoes. To receive your 40% off on one item, be there by November 11th. Gary Michaels, 40% off for 40 years, located at 56th and Pine Lake Road, Lincoln.
Whether it's playing on a sports team or creating art, it's important to encourage your kids to explore their interests. I'm Jenny Benson, president of the Nebraska State Education Association. Let your child know you believe in their passions. It can contribute to your child's focus and improve the quality of their schoolwork, too. So show that budding scientist some encouragement by helping them with an experiment or play catch with your baseball enthusiast.
Sponsored by the Nebraska State Education Association, aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
I wonder which one comes out first. So, anyways, we're here, old school, quick segment here, bottom of the hour, Husker prediction. Us three will give our prediction how the game's going to go, and we'll start with Austin. How you think? What do you think the score is going to be, and how you think the game's going to go?
I think it's pretty similar to Northwestern in a lot of ways. I know the teams don't do things exactly the same, but I see enough similarities, and especially in the defense, how Michigan State's good against the run. I think Nebraska's found a little more pop in the passing game since Northwestern. So I think the Huskers left some points on the board against the Wildcats. I think they get to 23-24.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see how that defense looks. I think the defensive backs for Nebraska should have a pretty good day. I like that matchup. So I'll say Nebraska 23, Michigan State 14.
What do you think, DP?
I think it's a win. Like I just think it's a win. There are too many boxes that are unchecked for Michigan State to get done what needs to get done for them to beat Nebraska. Nebraska has found a way to outlast its last few opponents, and there's a reason for it. This is an opportunity to get right. And by get right, I simply mean don't do dumb things in high repetition. Like, this is one of those games you say, listen, if they're the number 13 rush defense and we're number 1 in the rush offense, we should be able to figure out just by being who we are, right?
Yeah.
Just who we are, right? If we don't turn up, we know that they'll give up 7.5 penalties a game. If we stay under 6, we're going to do all right. Time of possession, if we keep the ball longer than they do, which means we're having success on third downs running the ball, then we're going to be okay. There are a lot of matchups that fall in great line for Nebraska to be successful. That's what I'm going to lean on.
Yeah. Any score prediction? No. I mean, I don't care if it's 9-8.
Hey,
yeah, you know, win. You just want them to win.
These teams did play a 9-6 game not too long ago.
Yeah. It was a
that
snow game.
Snow.
Yeah, it was like welcome to Nebraska.
Yep. Covered in snow.
I think it's going to be, tough sledding at the beginning, and that's the way it usually is. I think, I'm looking at it again. I think it's if I'm a defender on Nebraska, I'm looking at it as a, defensive game. I feel confident that we're going to win the game and outperform their defense. I think the score predict. I think it'd be like a 23-10, 23-14. I think Nebraska, what they do offensively when they're doing it right with the short control passing game, but going against their second level defenders, I think it works out really well. I think as our receivers has developed, I think for whatever reason, these freshmen are not looking like freshmen. As far as I'm watching, does it look like they don't know what they're doing? No, they know what they're doing. Are they doing it without thinking? Yes, they are. Are they making the plays that they can make and making them when they get the chance? Majority of the time. So as that's going, I think if we get started early in a controlled passing game and get some conventional run game going, I think we could have control of the game. So I think Nebraska will eke it out or gut it out or whatever. But that's the way it is. Anytime you play, any type of team, I think the biggest thing for Nebraska, to block really well on the edges, and that's the tight end position, tackle positions, and then also, make sure you're getting some winning in angles in the middle. I think they could make some good meat right there against this rush defense conventionally with the multitude of backs. So
if we walked into any collegiate locker room on Monday and said, if you win this week, we'll extend your season by 3 weeks. This is your season. That's how I think this has to play. That, listen, it's important to go 1-0 because it allows you some other things that we don't necessarily get. There's money involved. There's exposure involved. There's experience involved. All of you, if you do what you're supposed to this week, you get to take a trip at the end of the season that nobody who's been on this Nebraska roster for their entire career has taken.
Yeah, I mean, that's the message, but then also go out there and just, ball till you fall too. Because you look, go out there and that's the right in front of you. But just go out there and play football. You know what I mean? Don't overthink it. Look, they're going to be coming, but look, our best beats their best. Our average beats their average. Period. Yeah. So just take that mindset, do what you got to do, and everybody be happy about 11, about 3 o'clock, right? 2:30, 3 o'clock. So good first hour. I'm going to bounce out of here, head up the highway to Elkhorn, and see if Lincoln East, because the Spartans can be road dogs. So look, go Big Red. I feel good about it. I feel probably, a little bit, not at ease, but very confident that they're going to be able to do what they need to do. So good first hour. Turned over to my partners in crimes over here. We'll be right back after a short break.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
If you're like most guys with symptoms, you don't want to ask for help. Perhaps a free consult with the men's health experts will encourage you. What could it hurt? Limitless knows exactly how to treat your symptoms. They will verify with a blood test, and in a very short time, you'll feel like a new man. So don't drag your feet. You're not going to feel better unless you get help. The providers at Limitless know what they're doing. To receive your custom treatment plan, schedule online at limitlessmail.com and get your life back.
Sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth. 93.7 The Ticket.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstoRats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Don't allow uninvited guests to take over your home. Trust Bats to Rats for a peaceful and rodent-free living space. Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
This is Brad with Midwest Bank, proudly serving our Nebraska communities for over 70 years. We're a community bank, making local decisions, supporting local organizations, and helping local businesses and farms succeed. We are dedicated to serving our clients and helping them meet their financial needs with sound, innovative banking solutions. From an array of checking and deposit accounts, cash management services, to small business, real estate, and ag lending. We're here for you. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Find out more at MidwestBank.com. Member FDIC.
Are you working in or looking to get into the electrical construction industry? The electrical workers of local union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Ready to make this season unforgettable? Celebrate with Liberty First Credit Union's low-rate debt consolidation loan. Combine all those bills into one affordable monthly payment with quick access to funds. Imagine all the extra cash for holiday shopping sprees, festive parties, or that well-deserved vacation. Stop by any of their branches or visit libertyfirstcu.com to find out more about their low-rate debt consolidation loan. Make this holiday season one to remember and celebrate with Liberty First Credit Union, banking with purpose.
Gary Michaels Clothiers celebrates 40 years of serving Nebraskans in the men's clothing industry. 40 years of some of the most memorable moments. In our way of thanking you for 40 years, we are offering a 40% discount on any single one item in the store. 40% off any suit, sport coat, slack, sport shirt, sweater, outerwear, or shoes. To receive your 40% off on one item, be there by November 11th. Gary Michaels, 40% off for 40 years, located at 56th and Pine Lake Road, Lincoln.
College football in Lincoln, America. The time has come. Start your game day off right with the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show. Join the ticket crew as they bring you all the coverage you need to get you ready for the action. It's the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show, powered by Sunbelt Rentals. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group of BHHS Ambassador, Select Plumbing, Jimmy John's, Lincoln Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits, Fleet Feet, Bure's Cheese Spread on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Constructors Inc., a Nebco company, is now hiring mechanics to maintain fleet equipment and vehicle operations. Constructors offers mechanics a competitive salary, 4-day work weeks with overtime options, a $5,000 hiring bonus, a tool allowance, and great benefits. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. Apply today for their open mechanic positions. Visit constructorslincoln.com. At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just a professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at pahlincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, our passion. For happier, healthier furry friends.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club or space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about a margarita club? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge and join the best club in town. 10 flavors of margaritas like Maui Wowie, burnt pineapple, and mango tango. Try all 10 of them and receive your own souvenir margarita glass. Make it your new Monday night tradition. $4 margaritas and $4 taco baskets. Grab the crew and head on over Monday nights or any night. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay. Playing 93.7 The Ticket.
Alexa, turn down the lights.
Dimming the lights.
Alexa, order a pizza. The big one. All the toppings.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Alexa.
That's a lot of pizza for just one man.
Alexa, just do it. Stop judging me, just do it.
As you wish.
Thanks, Alexa. You're my best friend. Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is Old School, sponsored by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. Broadcasting veteran Derek Pearson.
When you find something that moves that makes them smile, celebrate it. That's your task. That's your superpower.
Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Rifles a pass. It was tipped. It's picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5. He'll score!
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hour number 2 on a Friday. Great stuff. It's been a great week. And lots to talk about in this final hour before we pass it over, and then we head into the 6 o'clock hour, and then some high school playoff football along the way. I'm DP. He's Austin Orman. Austin, if you would please, before we get too far into this thing, let them know about the Mercado.
Certified Piedmontese, every type of meat, every type of cut. If you look below me on stream, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter, you see that Mercado logo. 2 Lincoln locations, 84th and Havelock, as well as 30th and Yankee Hill. Don't forget Fridays. Their Friday lunch specials at that South location. Go check them out.
Worth it. Absolutely worth it. I'm trying to figure out whether I was going to go watch some high school football tonight, whether I was going to just watch UFC and the Lincoln Stars tomorrow after Huskers post-game show, right? It should give me enough time. I'm trying to figure it out. And then, of course, there's a WWE Crown Jewel tomorrow morning, so I'll have a reason to get up early aside from pregame. So there's lots going on. I'm not sure what the move is going to be. I'm trying to figure out I guess I want to know what I'm going to have for dinner.
That's always the first question.
Like, I don't even know that, but that's where my head is, and I'm pondering a couple of things, Austin. I need to ask you about, okay, we're going to go away from sports for a second. How old if he's alive, if he's not alive, but would your grandfather be in the 80-year-old range?
My grandfather that I have is in the 90-year-old range.
90-year-old range. Okay. So Al Pacino had a child support issue with a 29-year-old baby mom.
Al Pacino.
Hey, listen.
Oh,
I have long said that Pacino was the GOAT. Right?
Oh my!
Like any given Sunday, it's a game of inches. The inches are everywhere. Al Pacino at 83 is ordered to pay $30,000 a month.
$30,000
in child support. $30,000 a month in child support.
Not a year, not a decade. 30,000 a month.
$30,000 a month for his 29-year-old girlfriend.
Oh my gosh.
Now, a couple of things to digest here. First of all, can we give Al Pacino a hand? Can we give, hey, bro, hey, listen.
You did it. You accomplished it.
Hey, listen. Is that now I need for somebody on the text line to Google what the oldest dad ever, what age that is. Because I need to know, because on the I'm putting Al Pacino on the Mount Rushmore of baby daddy.
A quick Google search pops up the Guinness Book of World Records, who says the oldest father ever was an Australian man named Les Colley, who allegedly fathered his 9th child at age 92.
Les, you're put another shrimp on the Barbie. Les is wow. So there's that. Like I just went when I saw the headline, I had to stop because it's not a thing that you hear.
Okay, Al's actually, according to the Guinness Book of World Records, not even close to Rushmore.
He's not even. There's a bunch of.
We got in order 101, 96, 93. Our guy Les at 92, another 92, 90, 89, 89, 88, 86, 85, 85, 84 before you get to Al and a handful of others.
But he's in the top 20 though.
He is in the top 20.
He's in the top 20. I mean, listen.
He's a couple Rushmores away. He's there.
Listen, he's in the top 20. Like, I'm going to put him in the American top 20. I'm going to put him in the American Mount Rushmore. He's in the actor Rushmore, right? He's in the actor Rushmore, Mount Rushmore, right?
Actor, I would assume. He's the 5th oldest American.
Go ahead.
On record.
Go ahead with your bad self. Go ahead with your bad self. They said, yeah, and Robert De Niro, look, I'm trying to figure all this out. Pork Chop says that Mick Jagger had a baby a year ago. Look, man, I'm okay, Austin, check that out. We need verification. We need verification. What Blanket says, I want pictures of the other baby mamas.
I'm not seeing anything for a baby last year for Mick Jagger. His youngest on record is 2016.
They say Pork Chop says he had his last child at age 73. He was a spring chicken compared to Al Pacino. A spring chicken. So kudos. Well done. Bravo. Through all of what we go through, and generally Fridays when we go through games, right? You go through the games on the schedule. And one of my favorite things is to figure out what games you would go to. Now we know that Nebraska and East Lansing, but there's some tickets, there are some games, Austin, that you could go to for a 10 spot.
Woo.
For $10. Now,
tell me, I'm curious.
Right? So if you're in town and you had $10, would you go to these games? This is kind of the question. We could say it, and 20 expands the games by a lot.
Okay.
But at $10, you could go and see. You ready for this?
I am.
Mike Minner and the Campbell Camels versus North Carolina Tar Heels in Chapel Hill for $10. Would you go?
I am wearing some combination of orange and royal. I'll be there.
Right? Like it's an opportunity, right? That you can go see the Naval Academy and Temple.
I'm there.
In Philly.
Go Navy. I got Navy history. Go Navy.
You can go see Texas San Antonio versus North Texas. $10.
That's third on my list so far, but not against it.
Okay. You could go to Louisiana versus Arkansas State, and they'll give you $1 back.
Fun Belt, baby.
Right?
Yep.
Right? You're going, right?
Yep.
You're going. Shocker. Absolute shocker. Number 24, Tulane, is playing in Greenville, North Carolina against East Carolina. You could almost get 2 tickets for $10. You can get in for $6.
I will do that.
You will
Okay,
go to
I'll
the
ask
game.
you, though, what else is in Greenville? What are my options? What's it up against?
Okay, so I have some history with Greenville, North Carolina.
Okay.
Through East Carolina University. So a high school friend of mine graduated from East Carolina and worked at an ice cream parlor that we would venture to. And if you haven't had a buddy who worked at an ice cream parlor that you could just rage in after closing, you've missed out in life.
I knew a kid in high school whose parents owned Dairy Queen out there on West O, but we never raged in it after hours.
Like, you get creative. There's some adult liquids that you can match with certain ice creams that makes for an interesting Friday and Saturday night in Greenville, North Carolina.
Okay.
There's a couple of nice little nightclubs, student bars and whatnot. It's not an empty place. Let me just say that.
Okay.
There's stuff for you to do. Also, for $10, you could get a Big East football game. The Fighting Illini travel to Minneapolis to face the Gophers, and you could get your row on for $10.
So the game itself, I'm interested in. Minneapolis is my personal house of horrors when it comes to athletics, so I think I'm staying away just because of vibes.
If I'm in Minnie, I'm going to that stadium for $10. I'm going. As a matter of fact, that's such a good deal that I may just take a trip in. I'm also going to peek around the corner to see if the Vikings are at home this weekend, right? To add to it.
See if Kirk's on a scooter
if I can
around
double
there,
dip, if I can double dip, that's what I'm going to do. You can also, this is a stunner. Houston, the Cougars travel to Waco, Texas to take on Baylor. You can get 2 tickets for $10.
I would do that. Just went to Waco this summer. Would like to get into McLean Stadium.
Right, to do the dash. Would you do the student dash? Have you seen that?
I have seen it.
Would you do it?
I would have done it back in the day.
Okay.
I am out of shape now.
You and me both, bro.
Yeah.
You and me both. You could go see a top 25 team in James Madison travel to Atlanta, Georgia to face Georgia State for $10.
I'm a Dukes guy. Get them to a bowl game.
Get them,
Come on, get them there.
Gotta go see it. Staying in the Commonwealth, Coastal Carolina travels to Old Dominion. That ticket is $9.
I'll see a couple party poopers for $9. Those teams have rained on some parades recently.
There's some really cool clubs in Norfolk. Norfolk, Virginia is a nice party town.
Better than Norfolk, Nebraska. In terms of party.
Listen, no slight to Norfolk, Nebraska, but there's water and beaches. That's what I'm going to tell you about that. This one makes my heart sad. That Charlotte travels to Tulsa. You can put 4 people in the car, pick up a 5th, and all of you can get into that game for $10.
No.
The tickets are $2. There are folks who are cashing in.
I assume the reason for that is Bedlam.
$2. Bruh.
That is one $2 bill's worth of tickets.
Bruh, that's $2. That is $2. I don't know that I've ever, not even back in the day, did I ever know of a place I could go and watch a game for $2. University of Louisiana Monroe, and Southern Mississippi. You can go to Hattiesburg, and it's $10.
Should I want to go to Hattiesburg for $10?
Only for $10.
Okay.
That's where that one lies. Hawaii travels to Reno to face Nevada. $9.
Not against it.
I
prefer to make the trip slightly further
There's
west.
no Kaepernick,
but
there's no
that's fine.
Kaepernick playing, but I mean, I understand. I get that. You ready for this?
I don't know. Am I?
You ready for this? We have a top 10 sighting.
Oh boy.
At home on this list.
Wait, I'm trying to think here. Trying to think.
Top 10.
Not Georgia, Missouri.
Correct.
It is not Ohio State.
Correct.
It is not Michigan.
Correct.
Not Florida State because they're at Pittsburgh.
Correct.
Not Washington. They're at USC.
Correct.
Is this week Oregon, Utah?
No.
Is it Oregon?
It is.
Ha!
Cal travels to Eugene, $10. You can get in and watch the number 6 Ducks for $10.
I think that $10 to watch Oregon Cal is probably the equivalent of the Charlotte Tulsa. It's the same.
It's like you have to do that though, right?
You can't not.
Right?
Because if you're buying your ticket for $10, you're buying them in the nosebleeds, but you sneak down early second quarter.
You know how good the SEC is?
So good that the cheapest ticket is over $25?
No.
Oh.
Two people could go watch this SEC matchup. Kentucky traveling to Starkville to face Mississippi State. The tickets, $4.
Oh boy.
$4. Not so much cowbell. We're not we're not shaking keys in full. What's going on in Mississippi? That's 2 games that nobody really is trying to see.
They're waiting for baseball season, I guess.
I would reckon so. Wow. That is
okay, Mississippi.
We're gonna go to the Pac-12. Pac-12 game. $10. Stanford, who've been on primetime TV.
Mm-hmm.
They've been doing the work. Washington State. It's a $10 ticket. What is happening with us, people? $10. Would you do it?
I would do it. What Blanket is asking, are these the prices Connor Stallions is paying for his tickets?
That's how I know. This is where I get my sources. He's my sources. Like, this is how many. So here's Nyla. She says if Nebraska's tickets were ever $10, people would lose their minds. And that's the spring game, right? Mm-hmm. Spring game's $10. How big of a stadium would Nebraska need if every ticket was $10? How big does the stadium have to be?
See, that's why I would love to trial run a legitimate spring exhibition with Nebraska and another, say, former Big 8 or Big 12 school, just to see how full that stadium would get. Obviously, it's only been sold out for a spring game, that one time?
Like, would it matter who they were playing?
I still think it would.
Right? I mean, you've sold out the stadium every game since 1962 anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But for $10, how big of a stadium, how many tickets could you sell? Would you sell?
I think you break $100,000.
What's the
100K.
what's the biggest event in Nebraska? What is the most attended?
Home opener.
What is it?
Home opener for football.
Is that the most attended?
I don't know what else it could be. Volleyball day, I suppose, passed it, but on a normal year under normal circumstances, I assume it's the home opener, the first ranked matchup.
Is there a fair? Because I know that the air show drew crazy numbers, right? Didn't the air show go crazy? Like the air show drew over the course of that weekend. Each day they drew 6 figures. I'm almost sure of it.
Looks like, is this from this year?
Yeah, if it was last week, it was tough. But Good weather this week.
Yeah, about $340K for Guardians of Freedom.
$340K for the Guardians of Freedom.
Over 2 days.
Over 2 days. So you split that in half at 170.
70.
Gives you a fair idea. And I think the tickets were more than that. Right? Or was that free?
That was free.
That was free. Okay. So you're selling 200,000 if it's 10. Total attendance probably comparable to the College World Series. Yeah, 200 in one day and then 140. Yeah, so those are some numbers.
College World Series drew 393.
Over how many days?
Over 16 games.
Okay. I would imagine that Nebraska at $10 a ticket. I mean, the whole state's there, right? Like nobody's gonna miss a $10 Nebraska football game. Let's put the weather at 60 degrees.
Say it's a mid-September game.
Yeah. So everybody, I mean, a little different because if it's the opener, it's hot and people would tap out.
Right.
But if it's 60 degrees, how many seats, no matter when it is, and no matter who the opponent is, at $10 a ticket? Like those numbers to me, like I've started to imagine that because then here's the other thing. If you did that for basketball, how many seats would you sell? $10 a ticket, good weather. It doesn't even have to be Creighton. It could be Creighton, but it doesn't have to be. Right? How big of a ring could you play?
What if you get Purdue in town? That was really well attended. They might be ranked number 1 by the time they come to Lincoln.
What was that? 18,000?
PBA was sold out, so whatever capacity, 14.
Okay.
14.5, 15, somewhere in there.
I think it'd be an interesting case study of what each sport would draw at Memorial Stadium in good weather. I think that would be a wonderful case study. Like to figure out softball.
For reference, Husker men's basketball tickets on Monday are going for $7.
$7.
You can get in.
So everybody can get in. I mean, that would be the thing, right? So how many, if you did a game so let's say it's Nebraska Creighton, but you play it at Memorial Stadium when the weather's nice, right? Whether let's say it's today, right? You're in the season and you put the court. How many would Creighton and Nebraska sell for basketball?
You sell it out.
You sell out.
You sell it out.
You'd sell out 90,000 at Memorial.
I think so. I'm pretty confident.
Okay.
I don't know if you beat volleyball day. I think it'd be close.
Well, Nyla says she thinks it would.
The thing that would fascinate me about that, DP, is how many people would be brazen enough to wear blue. Because if you think of a J-Skirt, they wear blue during basketball season, but they're so used to wearing red to the football stadium.
Right. Well, I mean, so what's the rule?
The rule is you don't cheer for Creighton.
Unless you went to Creighton.
That's the rule.
Right? Because that would intrigue me. Because they are the same people.
What you do is you stick them in the visitor section, just like you do for football.
You make that part. There's no tailgating for Creighton.
No, there's not. You do double check the layers, right? Because there'll probably be some people that are going to wear a red jacket
and then you charge more for hotels.
And then they take it off and they have a blue long sleeve shirt on underneath. They have a blue long sleeve shirt on underneath visitor section with you.
So what they would do is they'd wear the Husker football jersey over the Creighton t-shirt.
Right. And we can't have that. No deception.
Oh man. See, now I'm down the rabbit hole. I'm all the way down the rabbit hole now. Because I need to figure out if it's a conference Big Ten champion baseball team, does it outdraw Big Ten champion softball team at Memorial good weather? And Dalton, you're right. I that's why it struck me. He says Creighton and Nebraska having a basketball game at Memorial Stadium would be sick.
It would be.
Like, to me, that seems like a real easy, natural thing to do. Especially, think about it. If you plan a year ahead and the weather is similar, if you were having an exhibition game between Creighton and Nebraska at Memorial Stadium in 60-degree weather, it's a sellout. right? Or
even make it a charity exhibition,
right?
You know, do something for the state of Nebraska so Yahoos like me can't.
It's teammates all over the place. Like
Right.
you can go through and do that, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not wrong in that.
No.
I mean, and you could set some numbers. This is the kind of the Give Lincoln Day vibe,
right?
Okay, that's fair.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair. Okay, well we'll go to break. When we come back, we'll go up and down the NFL schedule, and then we'll give some final notes on Nebraska and Michigan State. I'm DP. He's Austin Norman. This is Old School.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Constructors, Inc., a Nebco company, is now hiring mechanics to maintain fleet equipment and vehicle operations. Constructors offers mechanics a competitive salary, 4-day work weeks with overtime options, a $5,000 hiring bonus, a tool allowance, and great benefits. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. Apply today for their open mechanic positions. Visit constructorslincoln.com.
Living life to its fullest is just a free consultation away. If you're living with symptoms that you can't shake, then bring your low energy, brain fog, belly fat, grumpiness, muscle loss, and low libido to Limitless Male. We have the expertise to get rid of your symptoms. This is what Limitless Male does all day, every day. You won't find another men's clinic like Limitless Male. We know what you're going through. We know how to fix it. Schedule a free consult at limitlessmale.com.
Gary Michaels Clothiers celebrates 40 years of serving Nebraskans in the men's clothing industry. 40 years of some of the most memorable moments. In our way of thanking you for 40 years, we are offering a 40% discount on any single one item in the store. 40% off any suit, sport coat, slack, sport shirt, sweater, outerwear, or shoes. To receive your 40% off on one item, be there by November 11th. Gary Michaels, 40% off for 40 years, located at 56th and Pine Lake Road, Lincoln.
Attention all Wings fans. 89-cent wings are back on Tuesdays at Buffalo Wings and Rings in Lincoln. Enjoy the best wings in town for boneless or traditional at a price that makes the whole family happy. And now at the Williamsburg Village Wings and Rings, you can enjoy $1.50 tall boys in Bud Light, Coors Light, Busch Light, and Michelob Ultra every day after 7 p.m. and all day on Sundays. Get to Wings and Rings today and make sure to stop by on Tuesdays for 89-cent wings.
This is Rick Heyman, president of Sartor Heyman Jewelers. I'm inviting you to stop by any of our 3 great locations to see why we have been voted best of for decades. We're a 4-generation jewelry company that refuses to compromise on quality or service. If you're in the market for anything for anyone special, nothing, and I mean nothing, says it better than Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Sartor Heyman Jewelers since 1905 in Lincoln and Grand Island.
School taught you all about the 4 seasons, spring, summer, and so on. And then there's the way we really tell what time of year it is in sports seasons. Football season, baseball season, or off season. But what's the chocolate season? Well, it's now. And now, and now, and always. Whether you're looking for a caffeinated pick-me-up on the way to work, a little snack on the way home, or you need the perfect gift that's sure to be appreciated, it's time for the chocolate season. 40th and Old Cheney, or order ahead at thechocolateseason.com.
At Union Bank, people don't have your money. Your money has people. First home people, investment people, people who answer the phone and your chats, dream car people, dream retirement people, driving your dream car in your dream retirement people, small business people, credit card people, and all the other people you need. At Union Bank, our people help you do more than you dreamed possible. So stop in and say hello. We can't wait to see you. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
College football in Lincoln, America. The time has come. Start your game day off right with the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show. Join the Ticket crew as they bring you all the coverage you need to get you ready for the action. It's the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show, powered by Sunbelt Rentals. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group of BHHS Ambassador, Select Plumbing, Jimmy John's, Lincoln Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits, Fleet Feet, Bure's Cheese Spread on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence.
Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard, increase security, and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric is the call I make when I have a need for plumbing services. Whether it's for my home or office, if I need a repair to a water heater, softener, or even my garbage disposal, I know I can count on Action to help. In one simple call, their amazing customer service team promptly schedules a service call, often getting to my needs within a day. Action delivers honest, quality services we can count on. To learn more, visit actionlincoln.com.
Rosie Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 10th and P or at 1501 Center Park Road.
Are you looking for a night of epic fun without breaking the bank? Look no further than Sun Valley Lanes and Games. Join us for our late night special every Sunday through Thursday night and enjoy nonstop action with our Unlimited Fun promotion. Unlimited Fun includes everything you need for an unforgettable night out. Unlimited bowling, unlimited laser tag, and unlimited lucky putt mini golf. Show a valid college or military ID at check-in and get $2 off your admission. Visit the daily rates page at sunvalleylanes.com for complete details.
Sun Valley. Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
DP Austin Orman on Friday. Old school, 93.7 The Ticket. The Starter Hammer text line, you guys have been awesome on it. 402-464-5685. Greatly appreciate it. Folks have been busy in the YouTube chat as well. Wonderful. Ted Hiker says, my dad was 60 when I was born. Way to go, Dad. A couple of things. We were talking about, if you moved events around and having big events, and we were talking about, okay, if you put baseball, if you put Creighton and Nebraska, now I'm assuming that it would sell out the Haymarket. How does it generally do when
the issue is that it's midweek games
and it's weather? Okay.
So if Nebraska and Creighton would play more in late April and May, I think the games would do better if they could move one to, a Friday or a Saturday if they both had an off weekend. But they're playing on Tuesdays at Haymarket and up at the Schwab.
Yeah, that's not the best business. So we were talking as well. I'm a coach at heart, but the broadcast side of me starts to think of some of the things that you could do to enhance events. And I asked whether there was broadcasting of holiday basketball tournaments here in Nebraska, right? That it should be a big deal, right? That even if you didn't have it at PBA, one, you could have it at Devaney. But to me, if you put scouts in the building, it would give Nebraska schools a reason to play and to stay at home, save money. Stay at home, save money, and then have your players seen. Would it text on, let me know. Would you be interested in having those games broadcasted? Would you, right? I mean, now you were saying that Omaha has kind of overtaken Lincoln as far as holiday tournaments and that sort of thing. But there's enough Lincoln schools for you to make it really interesting, especially if you put some sort of broadcast around. Did she really just do that? She did.
I think she did.
Yes, she did. Picture window. That you could dress up a holiday tournament and make it not only scouting and recruiting friendly. I mean, it's financially friendly. It certainly would draw some interest. Is there a cause for that? Is there a pool for that?
So my thoughts on this are many and varied. There should be a market for it. There should be availability and opportunity. I mean, I know there's the NSAA moratorium over Christmas break for a handful of days.
Okay.
But at the same time, there's enough days around that Nebraska is not at home, that if you pick a day, the coaches are around there at practice. They bop over from practice to come over to PBA and watch.
Yeah.
I think that's certainly on the table. I think the reputation of Omaha hoops is much better than Lincoln. I think Lincoln hasn't done much to push back, right? Omaha's really run the hoops conversation. I don't know if that starts with, Lincoln being a Nebraska football city first at heart, and Omaha's trying to, be the basketball city with Creighton, or if there's just, more kids up in Omaha, so there's more of a talent pool to pull from, is what some people would maybe say. But Lincoln hasn't done much to push back on Omaha being the center of hoops in Nebraska.
So is that just boys, or is that boys and girls?
It's both.
Okay. So if you did a holiday tournament in Lincoln that was going to be broadcasted, right? Right, that we were going to broadcast them. Is there interest? Like, would there be a pool for that? I mean, because I think we could help change the conversation by simply putting amplification behind it. That, oh, well, there's a tournament that matters, and mom and dads get to go see it because it's local.
So right here.
Right? Students get to go see it because it's local, and it doesn't cost them to travel to go watch your team play in a tournament that doesn't really serve or suit them.
In Grand Island or Omaha or Kansas City or wherever.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'll keep that in mind, because to me that would be a thing that I would want to try to do, is to put that on. Like I said, I think if you had I think they need to go back to the basketball tournaments and even the colleges that Nebraska could host, and really just cater to the Nebraska colleges. Like, Nebraska and Creighton don't have to play each other in this invitational. They can just play in the same building. So at least everybody's getting more exposure and more fans in front of them. People will see you who wouldn't normally see you. So I just think that's, I'll ask you, Austin, PBA, Huskers, how much would you pay if Duke decided they were going to play Nebraska at PBA?
I don't know if I'd have a son anymore.
You would go. It's a thing, right? It's a thing. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. I wasn't sure whether you would say it out loud, but that's
the price is my firstborn.
That's kind of what I figured.
You would know I'd love me. Get a proper send off.
I know you. Yeah,
love you, buddy.
You take pictures to remember him. Yeah, you take pictures to remember him. But yeah, he out the door. All of that's fair. It's a busy week. I'll ask you, as a fan, are you bothered at all by Miami and KC being out of the country and at 8:30?
No.
Okay.
That's a game that I think you would, on the one hand, prefer to have stateside, because you think you can have some sort of control on the environment and, again, control the controllables. Don't leave it up to anything. But if the NFL wants to expand globally, what better way to do it than your most exciting team this year, the team that's trying to build a dynasty right now with the face of the league? That's certainly a good game to send over there. And the Chiefs have done this before, right? Yeah, the Dolphins, I think they've played in London before, but the Chiefs and the Rams played that game down in Mexico City, or they were supposed to.
What does that say to the fans in Miami and Kansas City?
I think it says two things, depending on which side you're on. Number one is they're being taken for granted. They assume they'll come back and they don't need to be catered to. On the flip side, it's, hey, we know you love your team. We want other people to love your team. We want to try to welcome more people into your fan bases. Trying to grow your family.
Do they give the season ticket holders, the regular season ticket holders, right to first for these tickets?
No idea.
Like, I would imagine that I'd be pretty peeved, because it's like a 10 ticket package with 8 home games and 2 preseason games, or a preseason game. And now, like, wait a minute, like, I'm short a game.
I'm out of ticket.
Like, I'm short a game. What are we doing? I'm trying to remember what it was like when I was in Washington. I think they traveled one year, and you get first access, but you don't really get a discount, which is the other thing, right? Like, what do you mean? What do you mean I'm not going to get a discount? Yeah. OG asked a good question. Who would you root for, Austin?
I've had this internal conversation because I kept waiting before I knew how the Big Ten ACC Challenge worked, I kept waiting for the lottery to fall correctly to send Duke to Lincoln. And obviously learning how that works, I now know that was a far cry from ever happening. This might tell me if this is cop-out and you just want a straightforward answer. It depends on when in the season the game's being played and what the stakes are. If Nebraska's off to...
It's always going to be more important to Nebraska than it is for Duke to win that game.
Not necessarily, and here's where I'll say that.
Okay.
If, let's say that Nebraska is a consistent top 25 team, and it's one... Again, I'm saying just work with me here. Because the game's never happened, it might never happen. Say Nebraska's in the top 25, and Duke doesn't have a game at the Garden on the schedule. They've already done their Champions Classic thing, and this is the quote-unquote marquee road game. I would be pulling for Duke to boost the resume. But if Nebraska's off to, some wretched start, they get upset by, Cal Riverside again. Duke's already won a couple, really meaningful games, and that's that. I'm pulling for Nebraska to pull the upset.
That is so funny. That is so funny.
I need context.
That is so funny.
I can't tell you Nebraska or Duke straight up. I cannot.
So Duke is up for a 1 seed. Nebraska is up for a seed at all.
Nebraska.
So you would make that concession.
Skirts. Yep.
Okay.
Nebraska's up for a 5. Duke's up for a 2.
No.
Duke.
There's funny. Like I don't know. Having been all over the country, I'm not sure who I would root against Nebraska being here. I have not rooted for like Maryland against Nebraska.
Mm-hmm.
And I catch a lot of flack for it. I catch a lot of smoke for it. Like there's a lot of smoke that I get. I have Maryland gear in my closet. I have Maryland, Virginia Tech, Georgetown.
Mm-hmm.
I'm positive in football. I'm not rooting for Maryland to beat Nebraska.
Mm-hmm.
If Virginia traveled here and their contingency traveled with them, it would be difficult.
Are you doing the polite claps when you're in the Virginia box, but still pulling for Nebraska? Are you pulling for Nebraska out loud to be different?
Here's what's funny, and I'll offer you this as well. So I got, so of course, Johnny Holliday, a dear friend of the show and the station, calls Maryland basketball and football. So they're here next week. And Johnny sends me a message and says, hey, I need a spotter. Do you have anybody that wants to be up in the booth with us? And it's Johnny, Lamont Jordan. Like you're gonna be in a booth with one of the icons of calling sports. And I thought about it. Have you done the spotter thing?
I did spotting a couple games for KRNU, and I did one spring game at the network.
Is that something you'd be interested in?
Potentially.
The offer is out there. And Johnny's so good. If you ever really want to see a maestro work, that's what it would be. But I'm not rooting for Maryland to beat Nebraska.
Right.
Now, if the game was in Maryland and I happened to be in College Park, I'm still not sure. I'm not sure. I'm honest. I'm not sure.
Have I told you my Tim Miles story about this?
You give it to me.
Okay. So first of all, I feel pretty blessed that Duke and Nebraska don't really cross paths, so I don't have to worry about it outside of hypotheticals. I just started at the network. I was a sophomore in college. And my thing is, if my team's playing, I'm going to wear their colors that day, right? The last 2 days, I've repped my Lincoln Lutheran stuff. Girls are at state volleyball tournament. They're in the finals. So I'm repping the Warriors.
Got it.
Well, Duke was playing on the same night that it was a Nebraska men's basketball coaches show. Silly old me forgot I had to go to work that night. So silly old me was wearing a Duke blue pullover. You've probably seen it here.
Mm-hmm.
Went down and picked up the little barricades we used to save a parking spot, and Coach Miles was there, so we took the elevator together. Mm-hmm. Saw my Duke pullover. Is like, oh, you're a Duke fan. How'd you do that? Are you from that area? What is it? I'm like, oh no, I just saw him on TV in March Madness, and I think the words that I said were, I'm a Nebraska basketball fan, but I wanted to keep watching basketball in March.
So
So 11-year-old me rooted for Duke in March Madness, and I might have said that to Tim Miles on an elevator ride, and he might have laughed it off, and that's the last time I ever talked to him.
Oh, that was all fair. Ellis says this on the text line. He says, can you guys at least acknowledge that Nebraska has a better fan base than either of those programs? If you can't, then I question your fandom. It clearly isn't the same level as me. First of all, what fan bases are you talking about? Second of all, we're talking as host and as media, not as fans. We're talking about who you root for as a fan.
Mm-hmm.
And I would hope that lifetime Husker fans have a different level of fandom than I do. I just got here. I certainly hope that. Missing me, my dog, Johnny Holiday. He says, DP, please bring back Johnny Holiday interviews. Great stuff. Yes, he will be on Old School next week. He will be in town Friday morning. He will be in studio with us Friday afternoon here on Old School at the Ticket. We'll throw it to break. We'll give some quick rundowns on the NFL games to watch, and then I'll let Austin tell you how this Husker thing is going to play out. We'll do that when we close out Old School.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Living life to its fullest is just a free consultation away. If you're living with symptoms that you can't shake, then bring your low energy, brain fog, belly fat, grumpiness, muscle loss, and low libido to Limitless Male. We have the expertise to get rid of your symptoms. This is what Limitless Male does all day, every day. You won't find another men's clinic like Limitless Male. We know what you're going through. We know how to fix it. Schedule a free consult at limitlessmale.com.
Load up on meat and more this fall at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese at 84th and Havelock. This week's special through November 7th is chuck roast for just $5.99 per pound. And don't forget to check out their Friday feast this week and every week. Plus, don't forget their 2 new locations now open at 30th and Yankee Hill in Lincoln and 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
At Union Bank, people don't have your money. Your money has people. First home people, investment people, people who answer the phone and your chats, dream car people, dream retirement people, driving your dream car in your dream retirement people, small business people, credit card people, and all the other people you need. At Union Bank, our people help you do more than you dreamed possible. So stop in and say hello. We can't wait to see you. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric is the call I make when I have a need for plumbing services. Whether it's for my home or office, if I need a repair to a water heater, softener, or even my garbage disposal, I know I can count on Action to help. In one simple call, their amazing customer service team promptly schedules a service call, often getting to my needs within a day. Action delivers honest, quality services we can count on. To learn more, visit actionlincoln.com.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club or space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? No, forget that. How about a margarita club? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge and join the best club in town. 10 flavors of margaritas like Maui Wowie, burnt pineapple, and mango tango. Try all 10 of them and receive your own souvenir margarita glass. Make it your new Monday night tradition. $4 margaritas and $4 taco baskets. Grab the crew and head on over. Monday nights or any night. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
My dream was to work in commercial banking, but it required a college degree and I didn't have one. I found out that Doane had classes for adult learners on the Lincoln campus and online. So I earned my bachelor's degree, and 5 months later, I landed my dream job. I decided to continue my education, and now I'm working on my MBA at Doane. For me, the Doane experience has been life-changing.
Whether you're booking a trip to Lincoln for a football game or a volleyball weekend, the Scarlet Hotel at Innovation Campus is the place for you. The Scarlet Hotel is special on many levels, from the delicious Well and Good restaurant on the main floor to the coolest rooftop patio bar in Lincoln, the Barred Owl, on the top floor of the hotel with great views of the city and one of the coolest drink menus. Book your stay or book a staycation today at scarlethotelnebraska.com.
Sunday morning. It's quiet, not in a weird, too quiet way. Calm, peaceful, tranquil. You pour yourself that cup of coffee. You slice yourself a hearty chunk of one of Beatrice Bakery's breakfast breads. Now, maybe you're an apple streusel guy. Nothing wrong with that. I can respect that. Personally, I'm a turtle nut man. Something about those pecans. But the real ones know, don't sleep on that date nut bread. Sweet, but not too sweet. Nutty, not overly. The perfect morning treat. Beatrice Bakery. Online at beatricebakery.com. Welcome to our world of yum.
It's fishing season. Bad actors are trolling your business emails, luring you and your employees to take the bait and steal your private information. Make sure your cybersecurity keeps your business from being the catch of the day. At Hamilton, cybersecurity is our business. We are experts at keeping your network and business information secure and off the hook. Contact Hamilton for a vulnerability assessment today. Hire your local experts. Hire Hamilton at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
School taught you all about the 4 seasons, spring, summer, and so on. And then there's the way we really tell what time of year it is in sports seasons. Football season, baseball season, or off season. But what's the chocolate season? Well, it's now. And now, and now, and always. Whether you're looking for a caffeinated pick-me-up on the way to work, a little snack on the way home, or you need the perfect gift that's sure to be appreciated, it's time for the chocolate season. 40th and Old Cheney, or order ahead at thechocolateseason.com.
This is Rick Heyman, president of Sartor Heyman Jewelers. I'm inviting you to stop by any of our 3 great locations to see why we have been voted best of for decades. We're a 4-generation jewelry company that refuses to compromise on quality or service. If you're in the market for anything for anyone special, nothing, and I mean nothing, says it better than Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Sartor Heyman Jewelers since 1905 in Lincoln and Grand Island.
Whether it's playing on a sports team or creating art, it's important to encourage your kids to explore their interests. I'm Jenny Benson, president of the Nebraska State Education Association. Let your child know you believe in their passions. It can contribute to your child's focus and improve the quality of their schoolwork, too. So show that budding scientist some encouragement by helping them with an experiment, or play catch with your baseball enthusiast.
Sponsored by the Nebraska State Education Association, aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate, 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
I do agree with you. We'll bring Johnny back because Johnny's good people. Again, connected. He does Maryland football and basketball. Basketball, he's with Chris Naki, who is one of the all-time great scorers at GW. And then, he's an American. And then Walt Williams, the Wizard.
Mm-hmm.
And then he does football with Lamont Jordan of the Jets. Of course, he was a Maryland Terp. But Johnny is so connected into it, and it's a great space. As a matter of fact, last I talked to him, we reached out because 2 of his dear longtime friends, Frank Howard, the Washington Monument, passed away. He was a dear friend of Johnny's. And then Brooks Robinson, who played in Johnny's golf tournament every year. And those 2 together was just pure comedy. Pure comedy. So
yeah, I never got your thoughts on Brooks Robinson, just as a player.
Oh,
you being from that kind of area.
Oh, that's the rest of the show then. Here's where just to explain that. Being a Northern Virginia kid, so I'm 5 minutes from the bridge that takes you into DC.
Mm-hmm.
Born in the early 60s, the Senators were bad, but you could go. And it was one of the
access
fan-friendly stadiums for Black people back in the 60s, right? Not all stadiums were. RFK was. They weren't very good. The quote was, Last in the AL East, first in your hearts, the Washington Senators. Yeah, that was.
Yep.
And shout out to the Senators fans who are still living because your Texas Rangers
It paid off.
Finally, you've been waiting. That's why you wrote that off. But when the Senators moved in 70, I believe 71, they moved to Texas. I had family in Baltimore, and at the time, the Orioles. I mean, they 69, 70, 71. They were World Series teams, and you had the best. So you had, just imagine being an 8, 9, 10-year-old kid who loved baseball, that you get to watch a starting rotation that basically were all Hall of Fame level 20-win guys. They had an entire starting rotation that won 20 games. So Mike Cuellar, Dave McNally, Jim Palmer. Then it evolved to Flanagan, Scotty McGregor, and those Mike, just Danny Martinez, just dominant. But then you had Boog Powell, Davey Johnson, the legendary coach. He's at second base. Mark Belanger, the Blade, who's one of the great defenders, but he hit like 194 and nobody cared. That's how good he was defensively.
We call the Mendoza line. Maybe it should be the Belanger line.
Oh, 100%. Like we said, you don't even hit your weight. Well, he only weighed like 160 pounds. So it
did.
Yeah, it kind of did. Brooks at third, who was the best. He was the icon for third baseman defensively, and then he was clutch at the plate. An outfield of Paul Blair, who ran the outfield as well as Ken Griffey Jr. Like, that's how good Blair was in center field. Don Buford, and then Frank Robinson, who winning the MVP. When he left, then they went and got this guy Reggie Jackson from there. So the Orioles were everything. Brooks ran. He was the president of Major League Baseball Alumni Association, so I would get emails from him on a regular basis up until 6 months ago. He would send out an autographed picture every year. In my closet, I have a Brooks Robinson signed bat. I have a Brooks Robinson jersey, the old cream flannel of number 5. Brooks, he did broadcast. He was play-by-play guy for the Orioles, him and Jim Palmer, and the legendary Chuck Thompson. And it was a great day anytime you got to watch the Orioles and hear Brooksy with his little twang battle through what was good for baseball. So much so that he led the alumni until his passing a few days ago. A good man was Brooks Robinson. Great baseball player, underrated. When they talk about great third baseman, put Brooks in the conversation because he belonged there. Yeah, he's an icon. So there's that. All right, Austin, get us out of here. Don't go anywhere. We got some high school playoff football coming at 6:40 pregame show. But it'll be a fun one. And then tomorrow we'll start the pregame at 8 a.m. So get your coffee. Come on down here.
There's coffee here.
Yeah, there's coffee here.
Coffee here.
Come on and hang out. Get warm with us. Get loose with us. Please. We would like to see you. Fist bumps, head nods, and deuces.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Constructors, Inc., a Nebco company, is now hiring mechanics to maintain fleet equipment and vehicle operations. Constructors offers mechanics a competitive salary, 4-day work weeks with overtime options, a $5,000 hiring bonus, a tool allowance, and great benefits. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. Apply today for their open mechanic positions. Visit constructorslincoln.com.
Are you looking for a night of epic fun without breaking the bank? Look no further than Sun Valley Lanes and Games. Join us for our late night special every Sunday through Thursday night and enjoy nonstop action with our Unlimited Fun promotion. Unlimited Fun includes everything you need for an unforgettable night out. Unlimited bowling, unlimited laser tag, and unlimited lucky putt mini golf. Show a valid college or military ID at check-in and get $2 off your admission. Visit the daily rates page at sunvalleylanes.com for complete details.
Sun Valley.
My dream was to work in commercial banking, but it required a college degree and I didn't have one. I found out that Doane had classes for adult learners on the Lincoln campus and online. So I earned my bachelor's degree, and 5 months later, I landed my dream job. I decided to continue my education, and now I'm working on my MBA at Doane. For me, the Doane experience has been life-changing.
Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln and across Nebraska by offering a number of services. From group homes to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the support that allows people to live fulfilling lives. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a rewarding career supporting people with developmental disabilities, you can check out open positions along with learning more about services at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices.
Sunday morning. It's quiet, not in a weird, too quiet way. Calm, peaceful, tranquil. You pour yourself that cup of coffee. You slice yourself a hearty chunk of one of Beatrice Bakery's breakfast breads. Now, maybe you're an apple streusel guy. Nothing wrong with that. I can respect that. Personally, I'm a turtle nut man. Something about those pecans. But the real ones know, don't sleep on that date nut bread. Sweet, but not too sweet. Nutty, not overly. The perfect morning treat. Beatrice Bakery. Online at beatricebakery.com. Welcome to our world of yum. School taught you all about the 4 seasons, spring, summer, and so on. And then there's the way we really tell what time of year it is in sports seasons. Football season, baseball season, or off season. But what's the chocolate season? Well, it's now. And now, and now, and always. Whether you're looking for a caffeinated pick-me-up on the way to work, a little snack on the way home, or you need the perfect gift that's sure to be appreciated, it's time for the chocolate season. 40th and Old Cheney, or order ahead at thechocolateseason.com.
Load up on meat and more this fall at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese at 84th and Havelock. This week's special through November 7th is chuck roast for just $5.99 per pound. And don't forget to check out their Friday feast this week and every week. Plus, don't forget their 2 new locations now open at 30th and Yankee Hill